if your brain betrayed you and the only way you could heal it was to become a detective? That's what happened to Jim Quick, and it's also what's happened to me too, in a way. Hi, I'm Janet Shane. I am a traumatic brain injury recovery coach, a woman of faith, and someone who's lived both the trauma of brain injury and the triumph of healing it with consistent action in every day and celebration. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how Jim Quick, once labeled the boy with the broken brain, rebuilt his mind and became the world's top brain coach, and how his journey mirrors the one so many of us are walking every single day. Before we dive in too far, I want to invite you to download the Clarity Journal in the description. It will help you to find clarity in what you're looking for in life, and when we have clarity, then you can take an action. It's completely free, and it's inside, and you'll find that there are 4 powerful prompts to help you to reconnect to the peace and the purpose and your God-given identity after TBI experiencing. You'll find that the link in the description below. Go grab it now or save it for later. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just understand how Jim turned his trauma into his purpose. You'll also walk away with practical steps to use your story, your insights, and your healing to serve others too. Let's rewind back to where it all began for Jim. Jim's childhood injury and the label that he nearly defined his life. At just age 5 years old, Jim suffered a head trauma that made learning incredibly difficult, along with many other times of hitting his head. One of his teachers even called him the boy with the broken brain. That phrase clung to him like a shadow. He couldn't read, he struggled to focus, and he felt like he'd never be smart enough ever again. Sound familiar? I've been there too. Forgetting names, words, even how to trust my own thoughts after my injury, and supplementing words with words that didn't even make sense, but they made sense in my head. But like Jim, something in me knew this isn't the end of my story. So what flipped the script for me? What moment turned the pain into purpose? Jim nearly gave up in college. He pushed himself so hard trying to keep up that he ended up in the hospital. But during recovery, a mentor told him one powerful truth: you can learn how to learn. It was like God planted a seed. Instead of surrendering to the label, Jim got curious and started to dive into that. His neuroscience, memory, psychology, and he tested everything on himself. He literally became a detective of his own mind, and every clue he uncovered, every breakthrough he experienced became a stepping stone, not just for his own healing, but for millions of others too. Now, let's look at how Jim didn't just recover. He created a legacy. Jim took his insights and transformed them into research-based frameworks like the FAST method, a global newsletter and podcast. He's consulting for CEOs and Olympic athletes. His best-selling book, Limitless, brain performance communities around the world use his method was so simple. Research, test, document, and teach. Those were the steps that he implemented. And here's the truth. You can do it too. You don't have to be ready. Jim didn't wait to the perfect time. He shared as he healed. That's why he's the world's most sought after brain coach today. In this story is speaking to your spirit. Don't just watch it. Respond. Download the Clarity Journal right below in the description box. It's your first step in documenting your own healing, your own progress, and your divine purpose. Clarity begins with the moment that you say, I am more than my diagnosis. Jim didn't heal overnight. He followed tiny breadcrumbs of curiosity. He built his brain one insight at a time, and then he gave those insights to the world. And guess what? You can do the same. God didn't let you survive this injury just to survive life. He's shaping you into someone who will lead others through what you've overcome. So, if you're ready to take that first brave step, download that Clarity Journal below. Leave a comment that says, I'm a brain detective. And remember, your brain is not broken. It's brilliant. It's blessed. And it's here to do more than what you realize. And that is where the journey can begin, learning about the inside to experience a better life on the outside. That's where it all starts. And it starts with you saying yes and downloading that Clarity Journal in the descriptions. And don't forget to comment, I'm a brain detective, in the comments. And so we can connect.